Well, what are we doing?
We screwed up.
I guess we're gonna have to start a new video series.
Take the gauges apart and hey, I'm done.
Oh, the gauges look pretty good. Do what?
There's a third link.
Yeah. There's a J-bar. Heck yeah. We're done finding all kind of stuff.
That's why I had a J-bar. See how it goes.
What you doing, Mama?
Trying to clean this race car.
Trying to wipe off all that red paint.
Yeah.
You getting it?
I'm trying, working on it.
That's one color that don't belong on a race car. Red.
Yeah, it's chipped and everything.
Even wearing a red shirt.
Yep.
What'd you say it's gonna be, a what?
A nice car when we get through working on it.
I hope so. Maybe so anyway.
Yeah. It'll run like a champ.
Uh-oh. Kaylee's gonna kill my... Maybe not. What? Look at her. She done came prepared. Oh my goodness. Thank you. It's the tape measure I've been wanting.
I forgot it. Hey.
All right, got that piece out. Hey, what you doing? What you doing, Casper? Huh? What you doing? Come here. Come here. Sadie Mae, what are you doing? Yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whoever put this car together last time, not sure who it was, but they're making it harder on me because just about every pop rivet that I get to, the head of it is broke off. For example, this one right here, the head of it is broke off on the top. And see, this one right here is flush. I can drill straight through that one. But this one, it is being a pain in the rear end. So yeah, it's taking me a little bit longer to get all these rivets unpopped because of that caliper off of there. So I'm gonna go through the caliper, go to the other side on the caliper, and then I gotta take the back ones off. Actually, it's only got a right rear caliper on, the left rear is missing, so I'm gonna have to find another kind of left rear. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna try to use all this stuff so you can see how rusted up all this stuff is. So I'm gonna glass bead it and then paint it real good. Well, obviously I'm not gonna paint the rotor, but yeah, I'm gonna paint all that up, get it looking good. And plan is I'm gonna try to get all this paint off of the chassis, and then I'm taking this off, taking the rail off over here. I'm just gonna chop it off, taking all that off. I'm gonna chop it off right here at this bar, and then I'm gonna extend. I'm gonna put like a little tab to where I can put like an adjuster rod. That way I can raise and lower the front end. So all this up here, it's gonna be probably trashed. So make a new air duct because I'm gonna end up putting hopefully a good looking body on this thing. You approve, Casper? No? You approve? Yeah? No? You don't know. So yeah, that's the plan so far. Wait before you do that.
goes back up to that right there. I'm just gonna leave all that together. Pick it up.
All right, I got everything loaded up in the truck except for the rear end back there. So I got a truckload going to the shop. About to get everything cleaned up. See what everything looks like. All right, so these breaker rotors look brand new. So I just scuffed them on the asphalt, and I just buffed that one. Now I'm about to buff this one, and I buffed all around the sides of it. Cleaned it up a little bit. This is what they look like. So I'm gonna try to use these again. I don't even really know what compound they are, but we're gonna find out. All right, so it's getting late, but here is the weight reduction. I took off part of the side where the door's at. I took off the whole front bumper clip part that was welded on. I took off the front to where the hood is at. Popped off all of the old sheet metal stuff that I'm not gonna use. Now, that's what the front clip looks like. And I took that little piece off that went down, welded to that, went back and went up. So cut all that off. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave them for right now. That way I sort of got a judgment on where the hood and everything's gonna be. But I've got to probably take off that tab up there, this tab, that tab, and any other kind of weight that I can get off this thing. So we got the car set outside and we are about to clean all the red paint off, or at least attempt to. And I got a dryer sheet trying to keep all the gnats away. It's a little tip for y'all. But there it is. And here comes crew chief. What you doing, crew chief? I like your hair braid.
Keep the skeeters
It's real
away.
cute. You and them skeeters. Here we go. It's a little bit better than what it was. Hit the high spots. Got a little bit off. So now what I'm doing right here is I'm just dropping a plumb bob off of where my shock went, because I'm gonna cut these bars off and I'm gonna make some poop bars. So I need to know where my shock needs to be located at when I put my bars back on. So I'm just gonna drop this plumb bob and I'm gonna use this punch. And I'm gonna make a mark right where I need to line up my shock. And that's where the shock needs to go. We'll do the same thing for the other side. So guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Here's a look at the car. I got the headers on it and ran into a little bit of a problem. I'm gonna have to do something right here where the throttle meets the header. Either gonna have to hit that in, or probably never had a headlight model, so it looks like it's, I don't know, 1 inch, 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna have to do something right here where the throttle meets the header. Either gonna have to hit that in, or probably never had a light model, so it looks like it's 1 inch, 1.5 inches. I don't know, it looks like it's not gonna line up with the carburetor too good, so I'm gonna have to go look at some late models and see how they do theirs and figure out something from there. And I ended up, we had a spare seat that Dad had. He's gonna let me run it, and I guess if I ever sell the car, I'll either pay him for the seat or we'll either take it out, but he's gonna let me use it. And so thanks, Dad, because that was gonna be a pretty big expense unless I went ahead and got the other cheap kind. But we had this one, so, and it was free to me, so why not? I sat in it, I got it where I wanted it. It feels pretty good. Like, I'm leaned back, it feels like a recliner, but I'm short, so my feet don't reach the pedal. So I'm gonna have to do something. It may end up working out fine, because what I'll probably do is I'll have to move the throttle pedal back a little bit, and when I do that, it's going to get it away from that header. So everything's gonna end up working out fine. But we are probably gonna end up doing some changes right here. I dropped the plumb bob off, got all the shocks mounted, like where the shocks mount at. I got that marked. That way, whenever I put them other hoop bars on, I'm gonna probably chop it off right there and back there somewhere. And I'm probably not gonna cut it off back there, because Kaylee scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed on that, trying to get that red paint off, so she'd probably kill me. But I'm gonna chop them off, make some hoop bars for it, and it's gonna end up being a little bit taller, and then put some sleeves here and a sleeve there, and I'm gonna put some it's some kind of like jack bolt type deal for the coilovers. That way you can set the cross with the car that way, and it'll be a little bit easier. And I still got to come back there. I got to do the fuel cell. I haven't done anything with it. I got to make a rack for it, but yeah, everything's going pretty good right now, and I'll keep y'all updated on next time. All right, so what I've been doing now is I have cut these perches off, and I'm trying to update it a little bit, but here's what it looks like. Got that one coming off. All I gotta do is knock it off with a hammer, and then that one is off. It's laying over there on the floor. Try to knock this off here. There we go. Time to put the new ones on. Well, I ended up cutting all the bars off up top in the front. I'm gonna make some hoop bars, and then I gotta make a bar going from there to my hoop bars, from there to the hoop bar, and then another piece going from there to the other hoop bar. Then I got the perches welded in, so this is all I like to do in the front. Oh, and I also went ahead and I beefed up the welds on the motor mounts. That way they look a little bit better. Well, I got the front end done, just about. I gotta weld the jack bolts in, the sleeves for the jack bolts, but I ran into a problem back here. I'm gonna run a Panhard bar that's gonna be right in the center where that bar's at. So the only thing I know to do is I'm gonna cut it out and make some room for it. It's been a long time since I made a video, so there's been a lot happening. I redone the front clip on it. I forgot where I left off at, but I redone the front clip, and I welded the screw ends for the jack bolts for the up at the top. That way I can adjust my height up and down and raise the car up and down without having to deal with coilovers, because they're such a pain in the butt. But here's a look at the car. I've started putting the body on it. It's taking form. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with the outcome of it, and I'm probably halfway through doing the body right now. But yeah, here it is. This is the body. I know I have slacked on making videos, but there's a look at it. I've been trying to take my time with everything and then do it right, because I don't know if I'm going to end up racing it, if I'm going to keep it, if I'm going to sell it. But either or, you know, I want it to be a nice ride for whoever gets it, or if I run it, I want it to be nice. But yeah, here's a look at it so far. It's looking pretty good. Alright, so I got the body all done. It is sitting over there. And here's the car is right now. Had to strip it back down and rolled it outside, and I'm about to pressure wash it and get it ready to paint. What are you doing? Got the best looking painter around.
Look at this fit check. Balance performance.
Under Armour.
Under Armour. Adidas.
Well, what do you think?
I think it looks beautiful.
You like it?
Hey, I like it silver.
You picked the color, so. All right, so the car's painted, and now I've got the rear end set out here on the floor, and I'm about to take it apart, see what's in it. I don't know if it's a Gleason or a spool because it didn't come with axle, so pull it apart, check it out, see what it is, and then get it freshened up and get it ready to put back in the car. Well, looks like we got some gears with it. I'm not sure what it is, but we're gonna find out. All right, got this thing busted apart, and it ended up having a brand new looking locker in it. It's a Winters, I believe. Winters Performance. It's got Winters Performance bolts anyway. But that's what I'm working with. That thing looks brand new. So, I'm gonna clean it up and make sure everything's good. None of the gears are stripped, and send her. All right, guys. So now all I'm doing is I'm running some new fuel line right here. Took the old one out. I'm putting the new in. That was the old one. It had dirt daubers all in it, and it was busted on both ends. So I am running some new fuel line. Got it ran. Got it bolted down through here. Run all the way up, over, fuel filter, fuel cell. So we'll try that. All right, so I started putting the body on, got everything wired up, made sure it all works, got the nose sort of put together a little bit. I ended up marking on my dash to where I wanted the window to go. I took a Sharpie and marked around. You can see where I marked around it. I taped it off, painted it. I'm about to peel it off. And then I used a razor blade and I cut around where I wanted the little black streak to go around the top, sort of like the visor of the windshield, and I painted it, and I also painted down low on the bottom where it's going to be popped with sheet metal. So I'm going to pull it off and see how it looks. Okay, there's the finished product right here. It turned out really well, actually. There's the bottom. And here's the front, or the dash. Looks good.
So you can't beat on your roof when you win.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand on the. I have to get it on video. If I win, I'm gonna stand on the roof and I'm gonna beat on my chest instead of beat on the roof. If I don't fall through.
Since you can't do it on the.
Yeah. Probably.
Can you really?
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
people do it anyways.
Yeah, they do it. You can do it.
No, I don't want to break your new legs. Okay. Ready to go?
You ready?
Yeah.
that make you feel good?
Yeah. Make me feel like I did all the work. Look at that. Animal.
Does that make you happy? Ta-da! Getting it?